people scramble for pennies.
I love that.
Well, good morning there.
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.
Who, me? I'm not a cat. I could be. Maybe. In the next life.
Maybe.
They are advanced beings. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Cat overlords.
Coming at you live from the shed.
Yes.
Evan and Krissy.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, the reason I typically know what day it is because I look at my little pill thing that has like
What day it is.
Yeah, what day it is,
Yeah.
you know? And that's
You have like an old man pill container.
I live my life in an AM PM fashion. Only 12 hours, or I'd say probably 8 hours at a time because I'm not awake all day. You know what I mean?
You do have mid-afternoon naps.
My eye. I do my very best to avoid a mid-afternoon nap.
True.
Naps are interesting because, like, I love a nap.
Yeah.
Right? Violetta, good evening to you.
Good evening to you. It is
Like,
our morning time.
I do love a nap. However, sometimes, like, say you nap for 30 minutes, but then you wake up and feel groggy for like an hour.
Mm.
And it's like, I wish I wouldn't have actually napped. I'd rather have been in that state I was in before napping.
Sometimes that feeling of waking up from a nap is like the hardest like wake up feeling ever.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. And you're like, I just want to drink some coffee, but it's like 4 p.m. and it's like 28 degrees Celsius outside.
I do feel I feel really refreshed if I do manage to drink a cup of coffee, nap, and then wake up. And I know that's a thing. It's very rare that I can do it.
So actually the fact that I was actually about to look that up as you mentioned it. So I think it was Code Synth that mentioned it to me. Actually, let's see if Jinjee's in his spot yet. Oh. Do you see little Jinjoo?
I don't see him.
You don't see him, so maybe we'll get lucky.
I have to assume.
Ding!
Nope.
No Jinj.
Jinjee,
No Jinj yet.
Jinjee, what you doing?
But yeah, a coffee nap refers to drinking coffee before sleeping for a short period of time. It's thought to boost energy levels because of its effect on adenosine, a chemical that promotes sleep. When you feel tired, adenosine circulates through your body in high amounts. I didn't know that. I thought it was tryptophan from turkeys.
Yeah, or melatonin.
Yeah, I've never had that, but I know a lot of people who
I've
use
taken melatonin.
it. The interesting thing about this article is actually on healthline.com. I've looked at other things on Healthline. I assume it has health, like, you know what I mean? On a small study of 12 adults.
Oh, that's, super scientific
Oh,
study.
God,
12
get that
people.
crap out of my face.
What crap?
Scientific study of 12 people. We could do that size of a scientific study here. I'm just kidding. Where my baby at? I don't know, Violetta. I do not know. How are things in Slovenia?
Slovenia.
I said it right.
You did, but you said it weird.
Well, yeah, I guess.
E for effort, though. You did make it sound like a country where there's going to be a lot of vampires living. Slovenia.
I want to Slovenia your blood. I think I felt Jinjee scrape across my leg. Boop. God damn, I keep pushing that button.
The wrong button. Oh,
Hey,
there he is.
Jinjee.
Oh, what a cute little boy.
Wampus,
Oh,
there's
look
a
at that cute little face.
wampus.
Oh, pop.
Oh, hi, Pop.
Pop.
Oh, my papa.
Oh, mine papa.
Oh, it's rainy?
Ah,
Can you guys handle any more water?
yeah.
Jinjee, what are you doing,
It's
papa?
pretty moderate. Like, it's good here, I would say. It's been misty in the morning.
Smoky.
Smoky and
It's
misty.
been kind of bothering my eyes. I get, it kind of bothers your lungs a bit, but for me, it gets in my eyes and it just makes them dry as raisins, and I have to use eye drops all day.
Raisin eyes. No one wants that.
I get those big sleep boogers like Jinjee gets in the corner of his eyes. It's like my favorite thing to get rid of.
It's so funny because he loves taking out Jinjee's eye boogers, but he doesn't enjoy popping zits. See, I love popping zits. If he has a zit, I want to pop it. But
It's gross.
I mean, we all have our things. You
It's
enjoy
true.
removing Jinjee's eye boogers. I enjoy popping zits.
I love that.
Daddy! Good to see you. Holy Philippe! We're the new Venice now. What is the name of your village if you would like to share
I would
that
love
with
to
us?
try to pronounce it.
Hello, Danny. Came in at the best time. Yes, we were talking about not zit popping,
Yeah.
but it came back to zit pop. We were talking about getting rid of Jinjee's sleep boogers.
Yeah.
Dan! Philip is like me, and his cats get or his cats. His wife sees a nice white-headed popper and just attacks like a monster.
You did have one the other day, though, that I did not pop for you. I left that for you to pop.
That's true. There are the odd ones that are just,
In places that I just don't want to pop them.
Yep, it was one of those.
It's one of
I'm just
those.
kidding.
Yeah. September 1st is National Ginger Cat Appreciation Day.
Ginger, well, we haven't seen Carl, so we can't appreciate him. But is Jinjee? No, he's not.
Veliki Pojubin.
We can't look that up. We'll get banned from YouTube.
That's-
Just kidding.
That sounds like it'd be a pickle.
Let's see it. Let's see if robots
Like
know.
Polski Gorky.
Veliki Pajuldimin?
I feel like I would have
What?
Veliki Pojubin.
That sounded like a fucking Dalek from Doctor Who.
It's reminds me of Polski or Gorky. Aren't you reminded of pickles?
Pickles? Why would I be reminded of pickles?
I like the word Polski or Gorky.
Polski, oh yeah,
Here,
Polski.
let me grab that's the pickles.
Polski pickles. Make it say exterminate. I actually. Oh, Jinjee's like, what was that? What? You're too close to the camera, Jinjee.
Polski
Oh,
Gorky.
Yeah, you live in Pickle Land?
Yeah.
A Polski balabachkorskinen. Let's see, Wikipedia sometimes has like a, what do you call it? Phonetic, print. What are you talking about, Wikipedia? What does this even mean? This is how you pronounce it?
Biliki Poljubin.
What does this mean? Why is those letters backwards?
I don't know.
Whoa. Okay, so maybe it's like one of those, what do they call those words? Like glottal stops? So it's
English speakers have trouble with the L and J together.
It's Vlicky. Was that close?
No.
That was wrong?
I didn't like what you did there.
I apologize.
It felt like weirdly offensive to me.
No, it's just I don't know how those words come together. My old cat, or my aunt's old cat, was Jinjee's color, of that like washed orange peach color, and their name was Pickles.
Pickles.
Oh, look at Jinjee. What are you doing? You're so close to the camera.
He's being a cute boy.
He's making
showing off his cute face.
Or kind of like he's pooping.
No.
Did you just slow blink chat?
Yeah, he did.
He slow blinked.
We didn't see Carl yesterday, but the day before we saw him like multiple times, and he was such a sweet boy. He's been meowing at me more, but you can tell he's so not used to meowing, so he's just like.
His cheeks,
quiver ever so slightly.
Yeah, like he doesn't like, cause he's like as wild as they come in a sense of feral cats, and he's like,
"This is Carl."
Who is Carl? Is that what you say? Carl is
Carl?
Carl's our stray
outside cat.
Maybe we'll do a little shorts promo of Carl.
Yeah.
You can look at our shorts of Carl. I think we got like a bunch.
We have a few shorts of Carl. Carl's a sweet boy. He's a little dum-dum, but he's a sweet boy. I mean, he's managed to survive well over a year out in the wild, and like there's a lot of coyotes in the area, so
we feeds Carl lots.
Holy shit, yeah. I don't know. We've been feeding Carl for like over a year, Danny.
Yeah, he came to us. Ignore that one.
This has nothing to do with Carl. What kind of shit are you showing? This has nothing to do with Carl.
I clicked one wrong button and it just totally went a different direction.
I feel like a fool now. Don't feel like a fool. It's
feel like everybody has busy lives, things to do.
That's right.
I just have to do a significant amount of scrolling.
Apparently been a while since
we put a lot of shorts out.
Oh, there you go. There's Carl.
Yeah, there's a couple I know. Here, let me switch over. Claire Randall Fraser. So this is Carl. This is one Carl, not that guy.
Who's that?
Ignore that.
Is this unacceptable?
That's Carl.
Why is it all crackly?
Is this unacceptable?
So that's Carl.
Where's the other Carl?
Carl is great.
So
there's more Carl.
Oh, you don't hear it crackle? Interesting. I wonder what that's coming from.
It must be on our TV.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Okay, you just didn't put two and two together.
Oh.
I'm a
We didn't see our stray cat Carl for about a week. After he finally showed up and ate a ton of food in his normal spot, he took a little cat nap. So the next day we built him a
He
little
looks
shelter in his
dead.
spot. I would really be happy if you went in that little house there, Carl. Don't go around it. I built you a goddamn house. We didn't see our stray cat Carl for
He's a little shit.
Where was... I think there's only one more. So that one was mainly because I wanted to show off his stupid little house.
Ungrateful
and he didn't care at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carl! Oh. This was one of the first ones.
Got some of the goods for you? Yeah. Navigate me to your spot. Carl only eats in one spot. Hi, Carl. How are you? There you go, funny boy. Got some of the goods for you?
Hey, Deadweight Nate.
Wait, Nate. We were just reminding Danny who Carl was, the
Yeah.
funny boy. It's apparently Ginger Cat Appreciation Day, so we appreciate
On
you,
September
Carl.
1st. Is today September 1st?
No,
No, 2
no,
days.
2
It
days
is the
from now.
30th because there's
Okay, it's
31
pre-Carl
days.
celebration. Hopefully
Um,
we'll see him and we can celebrate with him.
sidetrack for a second. The way I remember how many days are in months are by using my knuckles. So, January has 31, February doesn't have 31, March has 31. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Whatever lands on the knuckle has 31 days, and whatever doesn't land on the knuckle doesn't have 31 days. And that's how I remember how many days are in the month.
She showed me that so many times, and I
Yeah.
don't know. I just started thinking of Gordon Ramsay going, rare, medium rare, well done.
Yeah. No, like literally, sometimes like I'll be thinking about it and I'll be like, and I'll sit there and like I'll use my knuckles to figure it out if I can't remember.
Deadweight Nate is a pimp.
Do you Dalek from the future calling Deadweight Nate a pimp?
Deadweight Nate is a pimp.
Deadweight Nate is a pimp.
If you guys
That's how it
didn't know
sounded.
that, now you do. I mean, in a legal fashion. He pimps
My Ride.
Amazon Fire Sticks. I'm just kidding.
Do you remember the show Pimp My Ride?
Oh, God. That was like the most ridiculous. It's like, we took this Honda Accord and we put 17 monitors, 12 drink fridges, and
And a fish tank.
48,000 watts of electricity generated by solar panels in a tiny nuclear reactor. Also, Deadweight Nate, unfortunately, you might not be able to stay in stream unless you can pronounce this. If you pronounce this properly, you can stay. Otherwise, kindly fuck off. I'm just kidding.
Veliki Podljubin.
Paddle the Jaguven.
I wanna
It's
say
in
Paddle
Lower Cannoli.
Croat.
Carniola. In Novo Mesto. Yeah, we're not going to stream too exceptionally long today. The grass is getting long. I am a pimp. How'd you know that was my new job? I know the things. We have to run into town and get some stuff. There's a water advisory, so we've been waiting for their
Drinking water to be
jug
available.
filler thingies to be
Yeah.
operational. So we'll probably go in and go to the grocery store, and I should probably try and cut some of the grass. It grows fast.
I mean, I can always-
Well, yeah, we'll tag team
Yeah.
it. I mean, in a normal way.
I think Violet is highly amused by our attempts to pronounce the name of her town.
I think Violetta is surprised that she had been saying it wrong all this time, and she
like,
finally
"Oh."
heard it right
Yeah.
for the first time.
How it's supposed to be pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Veliki Podljubin.
Yeah, Veliki
Yeah.
Padla Jubin.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I worked with a man from the Philippines, and the way his last name was spelt, I always mentally pronounced it Robles. And then I said it around them one time, and they just laughed their fucking ass off at me.
Oh.
They're like, how did you say that? And I was like, Robles? And they're like, no. And I guess it was Robles. Which, I mean, I don't know if that's any better, but me saying Robles was apparently, like, top-notch comedy.
we were actually talking about the importance of a name and what you prefer to be named,
Mhm.
because it is in a world of, you know, X amount of choices and things. Generally, until you're an adult, you don't get the choice to pick your name.
Well, and there's a lot of governments right now making laws around children being able to call themselves what they want to be called, largely because, like, a lot of people who are fearful about, like, LGBTQ stuff. But we were talking about this. I don't go by my birth name. And anytime as a child people tried to call me by my birth name, I would correct them and be like, no. Don't call me that.
Yeah, even now, I can't remember where we were somebody said Christina, and you're like, oh, we go by Krissy.
We.
Yeah, I also go by Krissy.
Yeah.
We have become an amalgamated
Yeah, I
unit.
am Borg. But yeah, my full first name is Christina. But I only go by Christina on like official paperwork. Other than that, like I always go by Krissy.
When I was a Greek god, I used to be Evangelos, but I dropped the Angelos.
So I think it is like important to let children like be called what they want to be called.
Yeah.
I don't like and maybe it's easier for like because for example my situation, I'm a cisgender woman, and it's like a variant of my name, and it's gender reaffirming to me as a female. It's not like it's not throwing a wrench in anything, right? But just because I don't know, like I just think it's so silly that politicians are getting so worried about kids like wanting like to be called what they want to be called.
It reminds me of, first of all, this. Sometimes when you're not given...
Cassandra and her daughter, who has a very unusual name. In fact, we can't pronounce her name, but we can tell you it has over 1,000 letters. We had to create a special graphic for her name. Take a look. That is her name.
This literally changed a law.
LaShawn looks simple. Letitia LaShawn Shante. Her birth certificate is 2 feet long. She has the longest personal name in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. And we want to ask her mother, what were you thinking?
How many drugs were you on?
Record. I had to make sure that her name was going to be unique. I didn't want her name to be like anybody else's. Make sure.
What is
So, why would a parent care so much about the uniqueness of their child's name?
It's usually an expression of their ego to a certain extent, because
Right.
I chose this, I gave you this name. You need to respect me as your parent, and don't you dare question what you should be called.
Yeah, and it almost shows like a property thing.
Oh,
right?
absolutely,
Like,
for sure.
I want to be able to tell people my daughter has the longest name in the Guinness Book of World Records, but that's not necessarily an accolade for your daughter as so much as an
Yeah.
accolade for yourself.
Yeah. Your daughter just has to live with the decision you made.
Yeah.
What's her name? What is her name?
It's Roshandy, Antonisha, Vision, Keishan, Simon, Drew, Shalinda, Shirkane, Ronquel, Ninja, Shamika, Shanet, Tamika, Shawa, Hinibian, Shell, Connie, Satsan, Janish, Marine, Kunsari, Kanisha, Devon, Yvonne, Latani, Sivan, Tay, Pranky, Salaviva, Zanfisa, Justin,
Go take 4 breaths.
Sparkly, Sandra, Kate, Continue, Vishon, or Leave, Kishawa, Lisa, Nathan, Shots, Macmonello.
1,000 words is literally the length of essay lengths I was given in university. They'd be like, please hand in a short
Yeah.
1,000 word essay on Monday.
Explain your point in 1,000 words
Yeah.
or less. And at what point does that name become a problem for everybody else?
It's about 4 pages.
Like, my God, could you imagine being like, how do you print that on a license? Like your driver's license, or like when your desire to give your child a strange name comes with changing of actual systems in place that seem to work for everybody else, maybe it's weird.
Like, I think a properly spaced essay at 1,000 words is like 4 pages.
When I was like 11, I handed out brochures I made in Microsoft Publisher to my friends, telling them that I was going by Danny now.
Exactly.
My name is Potato, pronounced potato-y, with the strong emphasis on the two. Just babble. You guys, sometimes when people name their kids whatever, and they're loud and annoying, you just want to get away. Just like that one guy who lost his absolute shit on that flight about a crying child. I believe that there's a capitalism solution to this, just like everything else. And the solution is that they are going to make the first 12 rows of a standard 93-seat aircraft cut off from the rest with a strict over 16 rule. No baby.
I mean, I kind of get it. Having been on the longest flight I ever took was from
Just gotta stand up for a sec.
Calgary to Germany. Like so in 2008 I went to Israel, and our flight was Calgary to Germany, Germany to Tel Aviv. And the flight from Calgary to Germany sucked because there was a demon baby on the plane. Now, fortunately, I was on the other side of the plane, up at the kind of more up front from the baby, but one of my good friends was sitting right in front of this fucking demon child. And on an 8-hour flight, well, like literally, so like this is how our day went when we landed in Israel. We flew, landed in Israel, and then like went to the dig site to check it out. It was like, or like basically like there was like no rest, no fucking rest whatsoever. Like it was all just very go 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 go. So like we're all running on like adrenaline, fucking jet lagged as fuck. And so we were like anticipating, hoping to get some sleep on this flight from Calgary to Germany. But like everybody on the plane was kept alive by this fucking demon baby. And
Not
so
surprised.
I can definitely understand, as a childless person, having a child-free zone on the plane. Babies should be allowed on the plane because obviously they needed, like, if your parents are going somewhere and you're going on family vacation, you're going to take your children. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be there, but there's definitely going to be people that, like, who are child-free and, like, are really relying on the sleep that they get on the plane to not be jet-lagged when they land and have to, like, get going.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it became a huge debate. The one guy lost his shit on a plane because a baby had been crying the whole time, and it sparked this whole internet thing where basically people traveling without kids said, fuck your kids, don't, like, they're annoying as shit, control them, and parents going, you don't know what it's like to try and to stop
wrangle
this
a child on
in public,
a metal tube in the air.
You're telling me to wrangle this child in public without getting arrested for abuse. Like, is this possible? And nowadays you can't really chastise children in front of people. Like, I'm not saying spank your kids and stuff, but like sometimes yelling at kids, you know, someone will come and be like, don't yell at your kid like that. And it's like, well, he wants me to get it to shut up.
I think also back in the day when I used to go to church with my mother when I was a youngin', there was also a baby child zone where if you had a baby or a child that was acting up and being really annoying during church service, that's where you went with your baby. And then you could still like listen to church, but your baby wouldn't be annoying everybody in the congregation.
It always happens.
And maybe planes create a playroom? I don't fucking know.
A big one that I've seen is like the weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people, you know, they get married around similar times as other people, so people bring their kids and stuff, and it's like speeches and stuff, they start crying.
We allowed kids at our wedding, but we were also married on a farm, so if they wanted to go run around outside, they were more than welcome to.
Yeah, and
we also made our tablecloths paper, and we had crayons, and so people were free to color and draw on the tables to entertain themselves.
And as childless people, it's not that we hate people with children, because children are a necessity. If nobody had children, we wouldn't last much longer as a society. But how quiet could you segregate children from someone else in a metal tube? You know what I mean? So it looks like
I said, there are some planes that are like 2 levels. You can create a playroom underneath the main.
I think that's called the baggage storage. I'm just kidding.
No,
just put the kids with the pets and the carriers.
Violetta said that her and her husband only go to hotels that don't allow kids when they go vacationing. Oh. Where are these places? I want to know.
Europe's Corendon Airlines will pilot the no kids area on its 10-hour flights between Amsterdam and the Caribbean island of Curacao, charging passengers an additional 45 euros, which is $49 US or $180,000 Canadian.
No, probably closer to like 80.
For a standard seat or €100 for an extra large seat for the privilege of sitting in the adult-only zone.
Remember that clip we saw the other day of that woman on the plane who bought 3 standard seats and then started wrapping saran wrap around all of them to make her own like first class suite? And they're like, "Ma'am, you cannot
Wasn't
wrap."
it during COVID or something?
I don't know. She tries to make a fucking fort with saran wrap.
Yeah, we've seen this. This is as 2015.
Oh, is that when is that how
This
long it
is when
came
this
out?
article from
Well,
97.3
if the article
The Dog
came out in 2015, it obviously happened long before it happened. At least 2015, if not earlier.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was kind of like a, I don't know, not necessarily like.
Oh no, that was from 2023.
Oh,
that one
sorry.
article that you were.
Sometimes it's hard just to find the video.
I do like her shoes though. Cute. They remind me of the 90s. Jelly shoes.
Jelly!
Can you stop filming me?
No.
Stop filming me.
I'm not filming you. Go.
Excuse me.
Not filming you.
Yeah, they're gonna help you.
Yeah, they're gonna. There's no way that was real. Like, you know what I mean?
Where are your rules?
You're gonna see the rules when we land.
Okay, no, I want to see the rules. You're not
Take it all off.
Don't touch this, please.
Take it off.
No.
This can't be real, right?
Do this
Come,
again.
come with me. Come
No.
with me.
Do not touch me.
Come with me.
Sir, don't touch me.
All right, I'm gonna ask you nicely to come.
Is that real? I'm stuck. Wait, who's this? I don't. It looks
That's
like
something
Dragon
to
Ball
Dragon
Z,
Ball Z,
but
yeah.
it's just everyone's racist. I don't know what that is. But yeah, would you pay extra money? So this zone in the aircraft is intended for travelers traveling without children and for business travelers who want to work in a quiet environment. The airline said in a press release, adding that it would also benefit parents of young children who may worry less about upsetting other passengers. So basically, they're kind of creating like a another class of in the flight zone, right? Like you'd assume it sounds like this is outside of.
But I mean, if it's something that people are willing to pay for,
Yeah. There's
I-
no way the attendants would let it get that far.
Yeah, with that woman in
Yeah,
the
but
plastic.
what do you do on a plane? If she paid for all 3 seats?
Yeah, but she's also wrapping it around the seats in front of her too, which if people were sitting in front of her, she'd
Hi,
be
Jason.
disrupting those seats.
I mean, honestly, Jordan, Scotty boy, good to see you. We were just checking to see, we're just letting people know that if they want to fly from Amsterdam to Curacao, they can go child free.
The best airline I've ever taken is Lufthansa, which is the German airline. They give you free booze. That's nice. That's a nice thing they do. I don't know if that's changed since 2008, but when I went in 2008 and I sat in economy, they gave us free booze.
Free booze. Yeah, I mean,
And Lufthansa means air goose. How fun.
Lufthansa. We used to have the Spruce Goose. It was a wooden airplane that was made in Canada that they got rid of.
I thought it was invented in the... Oh, wait. Yeah, the spruce goose. But wasn't that invented in the States, though? By Howard...
Oh, no, we had the Avro Aero.
Aero,
Sorry.
yeah, it was part of
the
Canadian.
Avro Aero
Yeah.
was actually Canada. So it was in competition with the U.S. for a certain like F-16 or F
And
whatever.
then it got killed by...
yeah, it was better.
Whatever prime minister.
Yeah, it was better than the American
Google,
counterpart at
who
the
killed
time.
Who killed the Avro Aero?
Who killed the Avro Aero?
There, you got it. John
Though
Diefenbaker.
the Aero was
Go
widely
Saskatchewan,
praised
boy!
for its power and beauty, the program was cancelled in February 1959 by the government Prime Minister John Diefenbaker.
John Diefenbaker is from Saskatchewan. My mom actually met him once in an elevator.
He did some good things, some bad things.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people.
Probably one of the most the biggest things he did under his leadership was he allowed Native peoples to have the vote. I can't remember exactly what policy he affected or that he changed, but it basically acknowledged like indigenous peoples as humans and allowed them to vote.
Yeah, actually, the odd thing is I just seen an article today that, pardon me, sorry, Australia is holding a vote in October 14th to recognize their Aboriginal peoples in their constitution.
Right, and that's what made me bring this up.
What the fuck is that?
Because when John Diefenbaker did this at the time, it was met with some resistance from the Native communities, because basically, like, they're like, you didn't ask us what we wanted. You just were like, here, and thrust it upon us without, like, actually asking how we want to be incorporated into the system.
Yeah, like, this is a... eyes aren't great. This is a CBC article that I was reading on October 14th. Australia is holding a vote whether to recognize indigenous peoples in their constitution.
I didn't realize that they weren't already part of the constitution in
yeah, it
Australia.
blew my mind. But also, if I said Aboriginal to start, if that's offensive in any way, I didn't. It's just a word I thought was.
Well, no, I do believe that they are like Australian Aborigines.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah, and it says Aboriginal.
So I just wanted to throw that out just in case in the future it was offensive to somebody. I don't know.
We try really hard.
I call myself a sewer person, so
garbage people.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know what's offensive because I just lean on that.
Part of the reason we don't want kids is we don't want to pass on our garbage people genes.
Yeah. There's a tribute band here in the UK called ABBA Original. I mean, honestly, ABBA, they took over the world for a short period of time.
It's true.
But yeah, I thought that was just a strange. They haven't held a referendum since 1999, and nothing has passed since 1977. But yeah, I didn't fully read it. I just seen that, and I was like, how is that possible in this day and age? Speaking of how is it possible, Inflation Nation. Burger King is facing a lawsuit in Florida because their freaking Whoppers are too small. When you going in for a Whopper, you gotta get a big freaking Whopper.
You know, I think though that I might prefer a smaller Whopper, because most of the time when I go, I get a Whopper Junior, because a normal Whopper is too big and sloppy.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where you get it. Sometimes it looks like it was just made decently well, and sometimes it looks like someone made love to it and gave it back to you.
Yeah, like it's a Whopper from American Pie. Substitute the pie for a Whopper.
But a judge has rejected Burger King's bid to dismiss a lawsuit claiming that it has cheated hungry customers, making the sandwich appear larger than it actually is.
False advertising is basically what they're arguing.
Yeah, customers in the proposed class action accuse Burger King of portraying burgers with ingredients that overflow the bun, making it appear the burgers are 35% larger and contain more than double the meat than the chain actually serves.
You know how they can fix this problem easy and save money? Make the bun smaller.
And
then they'll look like they're overflowing the bun.
Technically, I'm pretty sure they just put a fucking... That's what Hardee's does? Or Arby's? One of them does that. But just put I'm sure this thing has a fucking asterisk on it that says size is not real. Well, like it says it on everything.
I thought all food advertising, you hire food stylists to make it look good. Like, it's not actual milk in a bowl of cereal, it's White Glue. Like, none of that shit on advertisements is real.
Yeah.
So the fact that people are sitting there being like, oh, my Whopper doesn't look like the Whopper in the commercial. Of course it's not. That shit is made by food stylists on set to make it look as appealing as possible, made with not real foodstuffs. Honey is usually replaced by like fucking engine oil?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, the counter was that countered that it wasn't required to deliver burgers that look exactly like the picture, but the judge said it was up to jurors. But he also let them know that sometimes customers pursue negligence-based claims, but basically he dismissed claims based on TV and online ads, finding none in which Burger King promised a burger size or patty weight and failed to deliver it. Burger King said in a statement, the flame grilled beef patties portrayed in our advertising are the same patties used in millions of Whopper sandwiches. Like, it's just, each lawsuit seeks $5 million in damage. McDonald's was defending one in Brooklyn. Taco Bell was also sued in Brooklyn for selling crunch wraps and Mexican pizzas that allegedly only contain half as much. Do you know that the world is falling apart?
And people are pissed off about their fucking fast food.
God.
Mind you, I will say most of the time you go to get fast food is because it used to be cheap, but it is not cheap.
It is.
anymore.
It's honest. Oh, chat disconnected for a moment.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
everybody. Hopefully you can still see us.
Yeah, we call it like dinks, double income, no kids.
Or just like alive. We just want to be living.
Yeah.
The same patty used in the pictures, so you're selling the same burger to everyone. Yeah, it's interesting. The one thing I will say about, say, inflation is everyone everywhere is trying to get away with more, the exact same, that costs more, or slightly degraded than it was. I wouldn't be surprised if internet providers
shrinkflation
have allowed certain things like attenuation and certain signal levels that restrict, like typically you'd say, oh, sorry, the service won't work well for you, but I don't think that exists anymore. They just say, oh yeah, absolutely, and then your contract is too hard to get out of.
Oh yeah, like our original internet provider out here.
Yeah, it's just there's too much that people think. I don't know. It's tough, right? To reconcile wanting certain things and knowing how much worse they're getting.
Sorry, I just read what Dead Weight Nate wrote.
I joined a Dinks group for our city on Facebook. Double income, no kids.
Yeah, double income, no kids, yeah.
Thinking we could find some fellow adults without kids, but I think it was a swinger group. Yeah, honestly,
You need to join book clubs.
Yes.
That's what you need to do.
Yes.
I actually really wanted to join a book club for a long time, but I never, found that book club. But maybe we should... I just want to...
Start a book club.
Yeah. Maybe
start an audiobook club.
Yeah. We've listened to some really good audiobooks together, like the Mad Adam trilogy. I love the Mad Adam trilogy. That's by Margaret Atwood, one of my favorite authors, Canadian author. She wrote The Handmaid's Tale, which we watched the first season of.
Where's that?
I never really got super into The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Alias Grace, they also made as a TV show. That's a really good book and interesting TV show. But yeah, Mad Adam trilogy. If you want to listen to a very long book series, Mad Adam trilogy is really, really interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Man.
One of the interesting things is in the clones that they create and trial and error, the one thing they can't take out of them is singing.
Yeah.
They make
these humanistic beings.
Yeah. And they try to basically create a particular type of being, and through all of their manipulation, the only thing they can't manage to get rid of is their desire to sing, which it's just very interesting, right? Considering how much music brings to people.
There's a lot of stuff in that, and that book series, the first book was published when I was in high school, Oryx and Crake, came out quite a few years ago. But there's a lot of stuff in that book series that's actually really interesting, and how you can see it kind of playing out in today's society. So one of the main things they talk about in that book is meat cultivation, and instead of necessarily having a chicken farm, they grow like globules of chicken breasts in this like kind of like it would be like a
Homunculus.
like you'd see like a blobbing circle of like chicken meat, and that would be like where you would get your chicken meat from. And how they're starting to grow meat in labs, it's kind of similar along those lines. Or another thing that's in this book that you kind of see is how in the books they started to put human organs in pigs so that they could harvest these organs for human transplant. But some of these pigs managed to break free, and then like also started to like with the destruction of society, because almost everyone dies from like a huge virus. There's like a huge virus that kills off like most of humanity, and when most of humanity has died, these pigs get loose, and they kind of like they're the main antagonist in the book, I guess you would say, is these like human pig hybrids. And I just find it interesting because they are starting to use pigs more in regards to human transplants. But then also, like, the wild boars that are out there that are wreaking fucking havoc in society as well kind of has, like, a parallel with that. So, yeah, the Mad Adam trilogy. Really fucking good. You should check it out.
This is what I always think of. I had to figure out what the game was, but... in the game Inside, where
here, maybe I'll just type Mad Adam in the chat so they have it.
Okay. In the game Inside that we played on Twitch, this is like they're cloning people, and this is the mother goo where all of the people come from. So the huddle, as it's called on this particular site. Mad isn't it one MADD? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to paste it in chat.
She's gonna type it into chat. But yeah, this is the goo ball. This is what I think of when I think of chicken nuggets and all that stuff. One vat of goo that they just like grab the meat goo from, you know? The Soylent Greens, as it were. Speaking of creating giant balls of strange chemical goo, there's a company that you all know of that actually runs through your veins in a form of Teflon that also fucked over a bunch of people in the U.S. military.
Papa Warstaff would listen to an audiobook read by us.
50 Shades of Grey, maybe. 3M, the company behind like every adhesive you could possibly think of, fucking Teflon, you name it, everything has 3M on it. They have to pay $6 billion to the U.S. Army because their earplugs were faulty. So
you know what though? Twitter still costs more.
It's true. I mean, that's the worst. Yeah, let's put it in that. So there are probably, I don't even know, before even, oh hey Jane, good to see you. Before even this was even started as a class action, there was 10 to 16 individual cases and paid 9.1 million to settle those. But these people's hearing that joined up to save their country, their hearing was only worth $6 billion, which is what, $38 billion less than fucking Twitter?
Yeah.
So it's strange because my guess is that they're not actually going to pay that money because they own so much. They've been accused of dumping forever chemicals in the water and like you name it. Entire towns being like,
oh, if we
cancer numbers going way up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We all like ultimately every human being will probably get cancer from microplastics or like PFAS, and 3M probably can be single-handedly to blame.
Yeah, and
like I would not be surprised.
I just like even to However, 3M has agreed to modify its original proposed settlement in critical ways that will benefit the American people. However, 3M declined to pay an amount that accurately reflects the extraordinary damage it's caused to public drinking water systems, and it declined to provide water suppliers the money to remediate the damage more quickly. Yeah, so there's several companies that are unfortunately too big to fail.
Yeah. And also just don't care about you. Like 3M, DuPont. Like there's a lot of these.
The part that bothers me
Monsanto.
is that, like, people are probably fundamentally changing based on these things being in our bodies. But people refuse to acknowledge
Chemicals are turning the
that.
frogs gay.
The chemicals in the water turning the frogs gay. You know, so I keep getting ads to join it.
Really?
Hey, Deadweight wish listed Matt Adams sees it's all about money and they do not care. Oh, really, War Staff? From your time, that makes sense.
Oh.
I mean, you might as well. I love gay frogs. They're swell.
Me too.
There's actually a guy we watch named Internet Comment Etiquette, and he has a gay frogs t-shirt.
Yeah, it's so funny. I would proudly wear the gay frog shirt.
Internet Comment Etiquette. He's a pretty funny guy.
He's very funny.
He looks through the comments,
and then he like troll responds,
and he finds people not using the proper etiquette. I believe this is the shirt.
Oh, Jinjee.
That's the gay frog t-shirt.
The gay frog shirt.
I mean, that's a perfect shirt.
There's a Facebook lawsuit.
Look at that zoom. Look at that zoom.
What's the Facebook lawsuit?
Also, Facebook's in a lawsuit too. My doggo Ollie is gay. Before he got the operation, he only humped male dogs and wasn't interested in the bitches. I think my cousin's dog was just, into the dog sex. Oh my. I just like the song They Do Not Care About Us by Michael Jackson, by dead Michael Jackson celebrity. I don't even know if I've heard that song.
I know that song.
We'll have to look it up. Maybe on our drive into town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Town. Very cute shirt, right? It spreads love to all.
Chemicals in the water are making the frogs gay.
Oh yeah. Facebook selling data. There's a couple of class action lawsuits. There's another one in Canada I seen too for something. I can't remember what it is. Sometimes we get like they kind of look back at things and go, wait, this was like monopolistic. They charged you too much. Here's a little extra money. Here's some of that money back. That kind of stuff.
Oh, isn't that the bread? That was the bread thing with Loblaws.
Yeah,
Loblaws, Weston's bread. Because they did bread fixing prices.
Oh yes, that's what it was. They found out that the monopoly. We talked about him yesterday.
Yeah.
The guy who owns all the grocery stores in Canada, like 50% of them at least, was fucking rigging bread prices. Like, what the hell is that? It's like the bread mob. You gotta watch out for mobsters of bread. But yeah, we didn't. I'm like I said, unfortunately, today's gonna be a little shorter.
Although we should segue from the hearing loss thing. You brought up something this morning about Hugh Hefner, and
yes.
Hugh Hefner apparently had extreme hearing loss near the end of his life from the severe amount of Viagra that he took to help keep it up.
Yeah, I was reading an article that his ex-wife Crystal.
Would it be ex-wife or widow?
Whatever.
Widow. Okay, yeah, widow.
Yeah, widow.
Okay, yeah, I recognize
Popeye
her
over here. That's so funny, Jane. That's called castoreum.
Yeah, castoreum.
Vanilla comes from a beaver gland.
Yeah.
So Crystal Hefner has basically, they came out with a book that they weren't going to because basically they were asked not to. Oh, Jinjee's eating a gross sound.
He got E. coli poisoning? I didn't realize.
Oh, is that how he died?
He suffered cardiac arrest while battling E. coli.
At 91.
I mean, he is a gross old man.
But so he said to her, and the title of the book is, where is it?
Only Good Things.
You
scroll up. It's dead up there.
Oh, I went past it.
Only
Yeah.
Good Things.
So in her upcoming memoir called Only Say Good Things, because that's what he said to her before he passed. When I die, only say good things about me. But there's a couple things that I doubt she said that will look well. Where was that one part? Oh, he'd always said he'd rather be deaf than lose the ability to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking about Yeah, I had found a different article that she had basically was she was talking about how she came out because of therapy.
Yeah, like, and he basically forced her to have like a bunch of orgies and stuff during their marriage.
Yeah, and towards
which, I mean, I'm not surprised at all by that. I remember there was like a reality TV show in the early 2000s of some of the women who lived like as his bunnies or whatever. And yeah, he was not like it was not a monogamous relationship. And then we also watched a documentary not too long ago about a woman in the 70s who she was a Playboy model, and then she ended up being murdered. But there was like a lot of like alleged possibility that she had been raped by Hugh Hefner, and like I can't remember her name, unfortunately. She was a Canadian woman.
Yeah, I can't remember that either. But yeah, that particular paragraph that I was thinking of, she said it was embarrassing. I don't know this, so I read this earlier, and it's not.
I don't know the most people there'd be in our bedroom at one time, but a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's saying
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know how many people at any given time.
Yeah.
It would be a lot.
We were like, oh, now it's your turn. Nobody really wanted to be there, but I think in Hef's mind, he still thought he was in his 40s, and those nights, the mansion solidified that idea. He felt, I've still got it. Hef always said he'd rather be deaf and still able to have sex. Weird. Like, that is just such unbelievable.
He seems like he thinks he's entitled to young women's sex.
Yeah, it's called Only Say Good Things because I had a conversation with Hef and he let me know, once I go when I'm gone, please only say good things about me. I kept that promise for the last 5 years. After going through a lot of therapy and healing, I realized that I needed to be honest about my time there. Yeah. The book is about healing from a toxic environment.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no way that like being in the Playboy Mansion was a positive environment for anybody.
Yeah, it's...
Like, we know there was somebody from our small town that posed naked in Playboy. And... the joke was that she was never invited to stay.
Yeah, she never went back.
Yeah.
She was never invited back. Ollie is okay. Thanks, Jane and Nate. I feel bad. As I did a fundraiser, he needed $2,000 worth of scans and treatments for his epilepsy. I felt guilty, but people help. No, that's great. What did I miss about... I know that you said that in Scotland you didn't have any issues with Ollie, which was good. But yeah, unfortunately today is going to be a little bit shorter. I only got so much juice in me. My back's still getting really sore already. I think we gotta go. We're gonna run into town quick, and then we're probably gonna tag team some grass cutting before it gets too hot.
I got a real cute cat on my lap.
It's true.
He's so squish. You come show the people how squish? Yes, you're so squish.
Oh, so squish.
I'm so squish. I'm so squish.
Look at this squish boy.
Squish. I squish.
I squish.
I squish. I squish. I squish.
I squish. Well, Mr. Lev, or Philip, sorry, we hope that everything comes back. Let us know. Keep us informed with Ollie. Everybody, you have yourselves a wonderful day. We will see you soon. And this is the Jinjee.
Yeah, we'll stream tomorrow.
Yeah, much love, you guys. Take care. We'll see you on Discord. Have a great day. Lovely to hang out with you as always.
Yes, have a great day, everybody.
As Jinjee eats the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you smell
Much
like
love, guys.
happy.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.